Ooh, I can't wait to finish building this desk so I can just set it up in my new apartment. How you doing over there, Caroline?
Fine. Uh, Justin. Oh, okay. That panel goes with that panel, and then you need to use those screws to fix them in place.
Wait, which screws? They all look the same.
The smaller ones, I'm pointing right at them.
They're pointing at what? There's a whole bag of them just right next to each other.
Those ones.
These?
Yeah, those ones.
Okay. Seems to be doing something. And this goes here. And that doesn't look right at all.
Oh, how could you mess this up? The instructions said the assembly was supposed to be easy. Okay, that didn't go as planned. Could I have handled that differently? Oh. Luckily, in today's lesson, we're going to cover some strategies for healthy communication. Hopefully, these strategies will be a big help for myself and Justin when we attempt to build the desk again. Are you ready, advocates? Let's get into it. I think this desk is a great visual representation of what bad communication can look like. And of course, the consequences don't end with Frankenstein furniture. Health advocates, have you ever been in a situation where miscommunication led to frustrating results? How did you handle it? And what did you learn from the experience? Poor communication is a recipe for misunderstanding, frustration, and avoidable mistakes. Effective communication, on the other hand, helps us build and maintain relationships, understand each other's perspectives, work together toward common goals, and solve problems. It's essential for being a better friend, sibling, employee, partner, basically a better human. So how do we go about communicating effectively? Let's start by looking at 3 actionable strategies. At the surface level, clear and honest communication seems relatively simple. Just be clear and honest, right? But poor communication is listed as the #1 reason why relationships fall apart. So, clear communication is obviously not as easy as it seems. In some situations, we leave out important information because we assume other people know what we mean, like they can read our minds. This is called the illusion of transparency effect, and we're all vulnerable to it. It's like when I was so sure Justin knew exactly which screw I was pointing to when building the desk earlier. When communicating, it's best to be specific and avoid assumptions. Over-communicating is usually better than under-communicating. So, how could our communication have been clearer? You know what? Looking at these instructions, all the parts of the desk are labeled with letters. So next time around, we should definitely use letters to communicate the parts more clearly. But using vague language on accident isn't the only pitfall we have to watch out for. In other situations, we might find ourselves doing this on purpose. I might have been guilty of this earlier. When things were going poorly with the desk, I really wanted to take a break, but Justin seemed so excited about his new desk and wanted to work quickly, so I was afraid to bring it up. So instead, I started to say things like, "We've been building this desk for a while, huh? And wow, is it already 3 o'clock? You know, the things we say when we want or need something, but we also want it to be someone else's idea. Because I wasn't communicating clearly, Justin didn't understand exactly what I needed. As time went on, I became more tired and frustrated, but that's not an excuse for being rude to him. When communicating, it's best to express thoughts and feelings openly and directly. If you're not sure where to start, it can be helpful to include the phrases I think, I need, or I feel. What do you think is the healthiest way I could have communicated in this situation? I might have said, we've made some good progress, but I feel very tired and I'm ready to take a break soon. How are you feeling? It's important to note that open communication does not mean that we should automatically put our needs before the needs of others. There's always going to be a balance. But by communicating clearly, we give those around us the chance to make a more informed decision that can make everyone happy. Okay, now we've covered verbal communication, but there's another important piece of the puzzle. We also need to be mindful of nonverbal communication, such as body language and facial expressions. This plays a crucial role in how we convey our feelings, thoughts, and intentions to others, often without even realizing it. It's the unsaid part of our conversations that can either strengthen our message or create misunderstandings. And I think I definitely created some misunderstandings earlier. Remember when Justin asked me how I was doing when we were building the desk? I said I was fine, but my body language suggested anything but. A contrast like this can lead to confusion and misinterpretation about what we really mean. Justin probably thought I was mad at him, when really I was just frustrated by the situation. It would have been better to clarify my frustration honestly with words rather than just conveying it through nonverbal communication. Now, let's look at the other half of conversation. Listening. Have you ever tried to honestly communicate with someone only to find out that they weren't really listening to you? Or have you ever tried to talk to someone and they kept interrupting you like they were just impatiently waiting for their turn to speak? How did that make you feel? Pause the video and write your thoughts in your guided notes. Active listening means fully concentrating, understanding, responding, and remembering what is being said. One of the number one qualities of a good friend is being a good listener. To be a good listener, it's important to not just hear what is said, but to engage and empathize with the speaker, showing that you value their perspective. Nonverbal communication, such as nodding along or reacting with facial expressions, helps demonstrate your commitment to the conversation. Another characteristic of active listening is listening without interrupting. Sometimes we might just be bursting to say what's on our mind, but it's best to make sure we're allowing the other person to complete their thoughts before jumping in with our own. Additionally, a good listener removes or minimizes distractions that might take them out of the conversation. This could mean putting our phone away or leaving the TV off when working on an important project with a friend. And if we do find ourselves distracted or have an urgent matter come up, the solution is, you guessed it, clear and honest communication. Now we're back full circle. And with that, we've wrapped up this lesson about communication in relationships. It's made me reflect on what went wrong when building that desk earlier. Creating a better system for clearly communicating the parts of the desk should have been priority number one. And it would have been much better to communicate to Justin that I needed a break, even if he might have been slightly disappointed. He's my friend, so I should have trusted him to understand and respect where I was coming from. Keeping that information from him ended up hurting us both. But now I'm ready to take another shot at building the desk. Advocates, thanks for helping me think through it. Hopefully, next time you see me, I'll be able to show you how it turned out. Until then, I'm Caroline. And remember, prioritizing your health is a choice you make every day, and it's worth it. So keep building that healthy lifestyle, take care, and I'll see you next time.
Hey.